what my heart was in for, and I didn't show, but I wanted to know everything I could about you.
What is this called? To steam, the little steamer basket thing. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a baby food meal prep. I'm really excited about this because, like everything else that you guys will learn, I tend to do like a lot of research and nerd out on topics before I dive in and do what I need to do or purchase what I need to purchase or what have you. So today we are doing a meal prep for my 6-month-old son. Some of the things that I wanted to prep today, I couldn't get it because they were out at my local store for whatever reason. So I'll be doing that in the future. But we're gonna do some butternut squash. This is like a little baby hack, I guess, if you will. These little bags, we'll talk about that. We're gonna do mango chunks, which he hasn't tried mango or squash yet, so those will be new ones for him. We're gonna make some homemade applesauce and then sweet potato. Last night I made him chicken thighs for the first time. He really loved it, super yummy. He had chicken thighs and sweet potato, so I'll tell you how I did that and I'll show you guys what that looks like. So I have a list of foods that are the foods I will be feeding him until he's about 8 months old, and then we'll start to add other things in. I have found through my research that these foods are the easiest for their bodies to absorb the nutrients and digest the foods without you know, wreaking havoc in there, because everything's so fresh in their digestive system. And so I feel really good about the foods that I have chosen. So he will be eating a lot of eggs, not the egg white. Egg yolk is what he will be eating. So even though the white is nutritious, it is actually found to be very inflammatory for babies. So we're gonna cut out the egg whites. I will boil the egg, then I will peel it and only take the egg yolk out and then mash that up. Along with this is baby-led weaning. So I have talked about that in the past. I have found I am not that comfortable with it. And it's not that I'm not, like that I don't trust myself or trust him to be able to eat it, but I kind of feel like, what's the big rush for babies to be able to like grab food and eat it? If it's, you know, with regards to them, like their dexterity or their manipulation of like their hand and being able to grab stuff, he's already doing that throughout the day with so many different things. So for me, I personally am more comfortable with purees. I will do like baby-led weaning and some things, some foods when I am there, but say my husband is going to have him and I won't be there for mealtime, or my mother-in-law is going to be watching him, I'm more comfortable with them feeding him purees, and I think that they would feel more comfortable with that as well at this age. So pureed food is kind of what I've noticed that I have just naturally gone towards, even though I thought I was gonna focus on baby-led weaning. I really like purees. So I've decided to make my own, but a lot of egg yolk, a lot of avocado, that good fat is so good for them, organic bananas. So most of this stuff I will try to get organic. If I can't get it, I try to stick to the Dirty Dozen. So if you haven't heard about the Dirty Dozen list, that is like the list of fruits and vegetables that you really should be buying organic. So as long as it's not on that list and I can't find it organic, I'm okay with getting it non-organic. We're gonna do a lot of sweet potato, a lot of applesauce, a lot of squash, chicken thighs, ground lamb, mango, carrots, ghee, and then coconut oil. So that's kind of my like go-to list right now. Anyways, so today, what you're gonna need if you're gonna follow along with this is a good pot with a cover, or you can always put foil over it if you don't have that. We're gonna be steaming a lot of the food. So this opens up and we'll go to the size of your pan or of your pot. So we're gonna be steaming a lot of the food. This just slides in there. I personally did not purchase a baby making food set. I kind of think it's a little bit of a waste of money, so that's why I didn't do that. I kind of did my research and found that like, okay, I personally needed a new blender for my smoothies and stuff. So I got the Ninja smoothie blender and I puree blend everything in this, and it works so well. So that's what I'm gonna be using, but you can use a regular blender, whatever you have. And then we have this that I've talked about before. So I used to put my breast milk in it and then pop out the little cubes because they're all 1 ounce. So I knew how much I would be giving him. But now I use it for my pureed foods so I can freeze them. So that, and then that's basically it. Last night I made him chicken thighs. It was my first time doing it, so I wanted to fill you guys in real quick on how I did that. This is what it looks like. It smells really good, honestly. So what I did to make him chicken thighs is I got boneless, skinless, organic chicken thighs from the store. I also got this free range organic chicken broth, and I did low sodium because you don't want babies to have a lot of sodium. Honestly, like, they're not really even getting much of this. So basically all it is I put some of this chicken broth at the bottom of my pot, and then I cut the chicken thigh in little chunks, put the chicken thighs in there. So the broth is what was like steaming at the bottom. So it was getting that like good juicy flavor. Chicken thighs are more nutritious than chicken breast, and then they actually are so much more tender. So it's so much easier for your baby to eat. I was always somebody who wanted chicken breast because it was leaner. Chicken thighs, you guys, taste so much better. I was kind of shocked because I always go for chicken breast. So I did that. I put it on the stove over medium for 20 minutes. As soon as it was done, I put the chunks in my little blender. I put a little bit of broth that was at the bottom of this, which had been like, you know, steaming it in it as well to give it some like juice and easier to blend. And I blended it up, and that was it. And it came out as I showed you guys. So I could freeze these into blocks if I wanted to. I'll do that in the future as well so that I have it already made. But that was my first time trying it, so I was like, let's see if it turns out good, which it was great. And like I said, he loved it. And then he had some sweet potato with it for dinner and a little bit of applesauce. So anyways, you guys, let's get started on meal prepping. Okay, so I kind of lied about what you need. We're gonna start with applesauce, but I have 5 apples right here. So you could always, you know, take the skin off and then cut it up, but I actually have a little cheat. I have like an apple cutter. So I'm gonna do that real quick and make it a lot easier on myself. So if you have this, it's cool. If you don't, like, it's no big deal, honestly. So the way this little guy works is, pull that back. We're gonna put our apple on it, and then we turn it, and it's gonna take the pill, the core, everything, shave it right off for us. And I'm just left with apple that I can steam. Okay, so I put some water at the bottom, and we're just gonna throw these apple slices in there. And you can always like cut it up, cut everything up, and just boil it, but steaming to keep like most of the nutrients in when making foods, and that's kind of my goal, you know, with making baby food, is it to be as nutritious as possible. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is the squash. So this one's super easy. They also have this in sweet potato. I have some sweet potato in my freezer, but since I have the time, I'm gonna use my fresh sweet potato that I have and cut that up. We're just gonna cover it like it says and let the squash cook. Okay. And then for the mango chunks, I'm just gonna steam it and then puree it with some water and put them in these little frozen things. So the reason I like to meal prep is because when I'm in a hurry and when, you know, life is more chaotic and stuff, I could pop these out, warm them up for my son. He'll have his chicken, he'll have, you know, some mango, and he can have some sweet potato or whatever, a little bit of each. and it just makes life easier. I want to continue to make his baby food, so I'll meal prep every once in a while for him to continue having good foods. Not only is it cheaper, but it's more nutritious. I know what's being put in there. I like cringe when I see videos about baby foods recalls or what's really in your baby food, like heavy metals. I don't know, it just, who knows? It just, you know, it's one less thing I have to worry about, I feel like. So, I'm gonna check the apples. Oh yeah, these are already like super soft. I'll probably give them a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna put them in the blender and blend them up. So really, if you're home, you don't really need to do this, I would say, as much. But this is my second time meal prepping for him, and it has helped me being home, and I know it'll help me being a working mom. So I choose to do this. And apples seem to soak up a lot of water, so you don't really need to add much water. If I do need to add water, I'll just add the water from the pan that steamed these apples, but you definitely don't need much. Okay guys, so now the mango chunks, I put water underneath my little steamer basket and just pour it in there, and then we'll let it steam and we'll repeat the same process. Okay, so here's the squash done. You guys, this is so unbelievably easy. I really encourage you guys to try and make your own baby food. So this is a nice, good consistency for me. So I already put the applesauce in the little tray, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add the squash. I was actually planning on making carrots tonight too, but I guess I didn't grab any from the store. I thought I did, but I was having the hardest time getting groceries this week, like with all the rain and stuff where I live. Shipments were backed up, like stores were out of things. It was kind of a mess. It took me literally like 4 days to get everything that I really need, and even then I didn't get everything. Like I still haven't got eggs because I'm picky about the eggs I buy, and it just hasn't been fun. I've had to go to multiple stores, and that's never fun, especially when you're a mom and it's hard to even leave the house with your little ones. It makes life a little more difficult. So it's been a week, you guys. And I guess it's good that I didn't get carrots too, because I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough room for everything that I thought I would have enough room for, so we'll see. Because I only have 2 of these trays. The mango's all done. It smells really good, super fresh and yummy. Reminds me of summer. So I'm gonna pop the squash and the applesauce in the freezer right now. And with all my milk. One more. The sweet potato is gonna take a minute because I have to actually cut this one up. So I'm actually going to peel the sweet potato. Okay, while I'm doing this, we'll talk about Mr. Max and 6-month update. So we haven't gone to like his well baby check for 6 months yet, but I can tell that he's gained even more weight because my arms are getting tired. So he's doing good. He's still breastfeeding very well. We have no issues with breastfeeding, so I feel very blessed with that. He's sleeping pretty much throughout the night now. He still, well, he wakes up probably twice in the night now. And it's just to be changed, which is kind of nice because I don't want him to like pee through his diaper. He pees a lot at night. We'll nurse him back to sleep. We're not up for like an extended period of time, so that's been really nice. With the sweet potato, we'll add some coconut oil. So I peeled the sweet potato, now I'm just cutting it. But I know I said this in the last video, I thought he'd already be crawling. He's literally right there, but he's gotten to a point where he's always doing like the downward dog, like yoga little pose. So he's always doing that, and then he started this new thing where he will get on all fours and then rock, and then he scoots both of his legs at once, like almost does like a little hop on all fours, and it's super cute. But he's like right there, you guys, and he's so anxious to just go. He flips around super well. He basically, if he wants to get somewhere, he gets there, but then he'll get to a point where he's just frustrated and he'll look at me like, just pick me up, this is ridiculous. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna throw some coconut oil in this pot. The older they get, like they're just so much more aware, and like when you talk to them and stuff, it's just fun. It's just fun. He's definitely a huge mama's boy though. If I'm around, forget it. He does not want anybody. My nephew had a basketball game this past weekend, and me and Vienna and Max went. And so my sister was there, obviously, like watching her son. And so Vienna was like, Mom, I have to pee. And so I asked my sister, like, hey, can you watch him for a second? I let Max know, like, I'm gonna take Sissy to the potty. She has to go to the bathroom. And so I handed him over, and he was fine. She was playing with him, and then she said out of nowhere, like, he just looked both ways and didn't see me and lost it. And when I was in the bathroom, I could hear a baby crying. I was like, there's no way that's Max, because he doesn't do stuff like that. Like, he never has. And I walk out, and she's like walking around with him, patting him, trying to console him, and it was definitely him. Even like with my sister, who he's been around a million times, he wants Mom, and I love it. He is a mama's boy through and through. Months has been a lot of fun. I'm trying to think about other like updates. I know he's gotten longer, because to me, it looks like he looks like he's not 6 months old. He looks like, I don't know, like he's 8 months at least. So he's the car seat. I'm trying to clean up as the sweet potato cooks. So I have it in there, it's just gonna boil. So that one I will boil. I could have steamed it, but my husband is gonna come home soon with the kids, and so I'm like, okay, we'll boil that one. I think it'll be fine, because I added some coconut oil, extra little bit of love in that one. Okay, so there's the sweet potato, and I like to add cinnamon in the sweet potato as well. So friends, we have sweet potato with a little bit of coconut oil in it and some cinnamon. We have mango, and then we have squash. That list I shared with you guys at the beginning is basically what I'm going off of right now. That's the foods I feel comfortable with, the foods I know his body will be able to digest well. Some of the things I thought were good for him, seen like on Reels or whatever. When I did the research, it was like, no, the body's not ready for that. So to each their own. I just encourage you guys to do your own research, because sometimes like I've seen stuff on Instagram and I'm so guilty of it, where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I should do that, or I'm not doing that, like maybe I should. And then later I find out like, no, I shouldn't have been doing that. I think with the internet, it's nice because we have all of the knowledge at our fingertips, but then it's also not good because sometimes we get stuck in these holes that aren't accurate and they're not like evidence-based. So I don't like that, because I want to make sure I'm doing stuff right no matter what it is that I'm working on. So that's it for this video, you guys. My family will be home soon, so I'm gonna wrap it up. If I think of anything else with the 6-month update, I'll let you guys know for sure. I had stuff in my head too that I wanted to talk about, and this is why moms, you can't keep stuff in your head. You gotta write it down, put it in your notes, something, because we have a lot in our heads going on. And when I need the information, I'm like, yeah, I can't help you. So, but yes, he's advancing just the way he should be, and I have no doubts about anything. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. It just helps me to know, like, what are you guys looking for? What information do you want? What questions do you have? Don't be afraid to ask. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.